Welcome to the Project Manager Studio. In this video, I'm going to show you how to crush your job using ChatGPT. We'll go through how to set up a prompt, how to use different parameters, and stick around to the end of the video because I've got one special tip that will mean you may never need to attend a meeting ever again. Let's go. So let's get straight into it. So obviously you go to ChatGPT, you've got to sign up. It's free. Don't worry about the one that you have to pay for now. And we're going to start a new chat and I'm going to paste in my first prompt. So while ChatGPT is generating, I'm going to explain what I've asked. Here is the prompt. Here are my tasks. So I've asked ChatGPT, please generate a project status report that includes key components project managers should track and report on. I've included just some very generic tasks. And as you can see, ChatGPT has done a great job of giving us a response. Here's our project status report that we can then send out to our stakeholders. Now, those of you who are PMs active in the real world will know straight away that that's just a big wall of text that your stakeholders are probably not going to read. So what we need to do within our prompt, which is, if you remember this section, that's the question, we need to refine and include parameters. And the parameters are what tells ChatGPT how to structure and improve the response. So let's start a new chat. Let's paste in our new prompt. And as you can see, I've structured it slightly different. So first of all, I've included please. Now, ChatGPT has been shown to be better when you're polite to it. And plus, the day they take over, they may remember that you were the one that was nice. I've also said, before you generate the report, ask me for the tasks. The reason I've done that is I want this to be a repeatable prompt, so I can paste it in and go grab the task for all the different projects I'm working on. You don't necessarily have to do that. I've also said, please generate it in a table format. I know that presenting the information to my stakeholders is critical and they like tables because it structures the data and the tasks very, very simply. I've also used with a temperature parameter of 0.5. I'll cover how to use temperature later in the video. And I've asked for it in a professional style and a formal tone. So let's paste in our text and see how this changes the response that we get. So straight away, it's gone through and it's given me a nice clean summary at the top and it's updated each task with the detail below. So for my exec sponsors, for example, they may read this and go, okay, done, what's in progress, what's delayed, that's not great. Okay, why is that delayed? And ChatGPT is giving me a high quality response. Okay, so I'm going to pause there and we're going to move on to some other examples and expand on how we managed to tweak this and how these parameters really add the value. Okay, so this one I think you're going to love. Let's start with the dreaded project plan. Now, this is a real plan that I've cleansed. I pasted it into Excel and we're just going to throw that into ChatGPT. Now, that plan is from a SaaS project. And what I want is, from the start of the project, I want ChatGPT to help me with the planning of this project. So I've said, act as an assistant, create a summarized task list with the actions that are needed in chronological order, and create a separate list for meetings that I need to schedule, predict which tasks need me to action and which are only for reference. So you can see ChatGPT is going away and it's figured everything out for me. So first of all, he's pulled out the tasks in the planning, readiness, sprint planning, design and build phase. It's also summarized the meetings that I need to schedule, and it said, look, this is the stuff you need to do versus things that are for reference. Now, I want to show you a thing called chaining or linking. It's given me the meetings. Now, I don't want to have to build all the agendas for those meetings. You've got a project plan. You should be able to figure it out for me. So, act as a project manager. Please create agendas for the meetings. And straight away, ChatGPT's gone and populated all those meetings, all the agendas that I need, which for those of you out there in the real world now, that is a huge time saver. So from essentially a plan, within a few seconds, we've gone and we've now got a nice summary of what we need to do for that project in terms of the actions. We've got the meetings and their agendas. So now you can go and do your job very effectively and start to schedule those meetings. Okay, another example, let's move on. This prompt is my favorite. Now, for those of you who have to join long meetings, long workshops, and you have to minute and record actions when you're not actively engaged in the meeting, you know how difficult that can be. This prompt is going to stop you from even having to attend those meetings. Now, I figured this one out, not from having to skip meetings or wanting to skip meetings. It was from essentially having to play Mrs. Doubtfire and being in two places at once. So, the first thing, obviously, that you're going to need to get is your transcripts. If you are not sure how to get the transcripts from a particular tool you're using, post a comment on the video and I will show you how. Super easy. If you're doing a face-to-face meeting, ask the attendees if it's okay to record. You can still pull out the transcript later. This is a meeting between one of the PM Studio's customers in regards to a software project. And I've anonymized it, of course. I've got the customer's permission. But if you see any blurred information, it's because I've decided to redact some information. So the first thing it's done is given me my key discussion points, and it's pulled out the actions. Now, it hasn't added the attendees, so that's one thing I can do to tweak this prompt. I'm going to say, please include the attendee list. And what we should see then is that it refines, obviously, these are anonymized completely. And there we go. A very long meeting that essentially would have been a waste of time for a PM to attend, given the value ChatGPT's added, is you literally do not need to attend it anymore. And you can repeat that across everything. This is not just for long meetings. It can be for if you're doing stand-ups, anything. You can apply this across all. So if your team are getting together and you don't want to join those meetings, here you go. I'm giving you that for free. I can't believe it. Right, let's move on. Another one. Okay, for our final example, I'm going to paste it a prompt and some tasks. I've asked ChatGPT to act as an assistant. Below is my task list. I've told it what I've completed and that I want a summary of what's remaining in the table format. Now, this isn't really where the value from ChatGPT comes. The value comes from having a history of tasks. You can have a chat per project or single chat with all your tasks in. You can rename chats. Up in the top left, you click on the 3 dots. That then means you could have a task list per project. And over time, as you expand on this, you can then iterate and feedback and ask ChatGPT to build better responses. You could even use it and say, oh, what did I do a month ago on this project? I can't remember. Or have I completed this? ChatGPT will give you a response. Obviously, this is just a quick summary. I could then say, please include, I can type, completed tasks. And actually, I would like a deadline. Please also include a deadline. And there we go. Slowly but surely, we've started to build up a clean task list. I can see what I've done. I can see what's due and when. The more detail you have in the task, the more power you can get and value from the response. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the video. Please like and subscribe, and obviously comment. In the description, there's a guide and a cheat sheet that will really expand on the parameters that I've shown you. This is just a very small snippet. Obviously, here at the PM Studio, we give you real-world examples that are out there working in the bad project industry, not textbook stuff that really is not applicable to most people. So please let me know if you found this video valuable or if not, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care.